Well, Coach, congratulations on the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League Championship. Just to take me through the emotions of that moment for you.
Oh, it was huge. The first time at home here in Melfort too, with the Melfort community being able to witness a championship was just fantastic. With 2,500 plus people in the rink, and for the players too, it was they deserved every credit that they can give. Like they laid it out there. They are so happy for how they performed and their efforts, and they really sacrificed a lot. Like I've said before, just in getting this championship, and so proud of how they played.
How, when you break down the season, what are some of the keys to the success you guys had as an organization that led to the championship run?
Well, I guess you could go right from the start when we made an acquisition of Chase Friedmore, who was we acquired him in the summer out of Melville, and he chose to play in Melfort, and he's a Prince Albert born and raised, so it was an easy fit for him and his family. And then we just added pieces from there, to be honest. And then we had a great returning group that came in shape, dialed in, ready to go for the season. And I really feel, throughout the year, we had over 180 man games lost in regular season for injury, and it really helped us in the fact that we sacrificed some games, but a lot of players got to play up the lineup for us, and it was huge for them to get the experience. And it really showed in playoffs. Guys stepping up that played up the lineup, and it was kind of that next man mentality, and whoever's ready we just didn't have any excuses in our dressing room all the way through the regular season. So I think that was huge for us to get our young players all that experience and just made them more playoff ready.
And certainly going into a tournament like Centennial Cup, having had an experience like that and having a team that's been through that kind of adversity, how much does that help you in a 10-day tournament where there's very little room to breathe and rest on your laurels?
Well, that's a benefit for us. I feel like the resiliency that we've had all through the year has been excellent. And, you got 6 games or, 7 games in 10 days, and it's going to be a grind. So, our plan is hopefully we can rotate guys in and out of the lineup and, make sure we have a fresh lineup as much as possible each day. And we've been through this before, and it's really important that we have everybody pulling their weight, and really, we're going to need everyone. I feel it's really tough turnarounds, and it's busy, and fatigue will set in at some point. So the more players you have that can step up, the better off you'll be.
No doubt about that. And for you, looking back at your history, I think it's 11 seasons now you've been head coach with the organization. What's gone into the program?
That's a great question. And I honestly feel the culture has been there since day one. And you can credit players like, our first captain was David Heath, and, our leadership group with Riley Boomgarden that first year that we won. And then when I took over as a head coach, and then Tristan Fry as a captain the following year when we went back to back. And then I feel the culture has always been there. Full credit to the players for instilling that, but we promote chemistry. Obviously, we promote togetherness, but first and foremost, the players have to buy into that, and treating everyone with respect, and and throughout the organization. I just feel you have to have a great work ethic and attitude first and foremost, and those kind of players really laid the groundwork for our dressing room through the years, and it's just always paid off, and we've always been kind of in the mix, so to speak, every year in playoffs.
For those who haven't seen you guys play, going into a tournament like the Centennial Cup, how would you describe, Melfort hockey? What are people going to see?
Well, we like to play 200 feet. I think we'd like to think we're accountable and responsible for all over the ice, whether it's on the offense or the defense. And, I think you're going to see a great work ethic. I think you're going to see a team that competes hard. And, I think that's the groundwork and the foundation that we built our program on. And I think we want to make sure that continues going into the tournament.
Well, and you go up against a bunch of teams you don't know. I mean, you just went through a Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League playoff where you know these teams well, you know some of these coaches really well. So that goes into the strategy side of things. Now there's 9 other teams across the country that you have a chance of facing that you'll have never seen. How much strategizing and video watching goes into this, and how much is just focusing on what you guys are?
I think it's a good mix of both, to be honest, Shawn. Like there's the idea of like the great technology nowadays with how clear pictures are and whatnot, and with video that you can retrieve is a huge. And the programs out there nowadays for coaches and the access that we have is definitely something that we all take advantage of. But in saying that, you definitely have to sweep your own front porch first. There's got to be your own focus and your own keys to success. And I feel we're going to go in and play the right way. And you got to make a little bit of an adjustment on the Olympic size ice, but again, we're probably not going to veer too far off of how we play on a system basis.
I know coaches generally don't like focusing in on any particular players, but it was a wonderful season by Aiden Hutchinson for you guys. What was some of what allowed him to have the kind of year that he had? 78 points regular season, 32, including 15 goals in 18 playoff games. Just a phenomenal run for him.
Yeah, Aiden is a special player. And like you say, I don't particularly like singling guys out, but I mean, to speak to him and what he's done, it all started kind of last year when he came in. I think it was a huge adjustment for him from the Alberta League to the Saskatchewan League on the heaviness and the compete level that's expected. And, I think he had a really good summer and came in just guns ablazing. He just worked hard, and he was great attitude right from the start, and learned how to play with more of an edge and a motor, and brought a lot of jam to his game that he needed to bring. And it's been him. He's skilled. He's fast. Yeah, he does all the things. And he's actually super responsible defensively too. So, for him, he's gotten all the results because of what he's put in, and super proud of Aiden for what he's done.
Your goaltender certainly, played the majority of the load in the regular season and the playoffs, put up wonderful numbers. In a short term, you talked about, moving guys in and out of the lineup in a short-term tournament like this. I imagine you still have to lean on him and talk about the wonderful season he's had.
Yeah, well, James Venn has been unbelievable. And really, he's probably the hardest working player in our dressing room as far as being conditioned in the gym, looking after himself and his nutrition. So he is a machine when it comes to his body. So he wants the net. He always wants it, and he never seems to get tired. So rightfully so, we are going to lean on him a ton. I think it's crazy that he doesn't have a Division I scholarship yet, but no disrespect to past goalies that have come through our program, but he's definitely, I would think, at the top, and he's going to have a bright future. But this is a big stage for him to showcase himself, and hopefully he can definitely lock up his goal of a Division I scholarship.
We know because of some of the changes this year, there's going to be a new champion in the Centennial Cup for the first time in over 5 years. How exciting is that to be in that mix and to know, really going into this tournament, it could be anyone's tournament?
Yeah, I think it's great for all 10 teams, to be honest. And, it's going to be heavy competition. And, we've done some research on some of the teams in our pool, obviously. And, but you look at all the champions that have come from the leagues, it's going to be the best of the best. And for us, we just, looking forward to it. We're really excited. We definitely feel like every other team that we have a shot at it. And, we're going to try our best here each and every day.
And wearing that crest of the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League, how much does that motivate you to represent your league, represent your province? I know there's players on the team that aren't all from Saskatchewan, but right, that sort of Saskatchewan pride that you bring into the national championship.
Well, it's huge. It kind of hit home today when we had practice and really discussed, how important this is, but also to dial in. And talk about a little bit of who you're playing for, and not only for the organization and the people that are involved that put in a lot of work and the fundraising and all the efforts for volunteers, but we're also doing it for the city of Melfort, and we ended it off with the province of Saskatchewan. So, take some pride in that. And I know the guys are treating this seriously. We've had our time as a champion to celebrate, but these last 3 days of practice has been high pace and really full of effort, and they're really dialed in and excited to get going.
Well, again, congratulations on a wonderful achievement, a great season, a wonderful championship series as well, and best of luck to you guys at the Centennial Cup. It should be a great tournament.
Hey, Shawn, thanks for having me on, and all the best to you.